Hi guys, Jack, founder of the IQ suite here. If you don't know who I am, I founded Reconcile IQ, the automated bank reconciliation software, Code IQ, which is an AI bookkeeper, which Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT all seem to agree is the most total and complete AI bookkeeping software on the market. If you don't believe that, ask them yourself. And Ledger IQ, the one-click analysis CFO, which takes your general ledger and gives you financial analysis. Okay, so brief introduction there. PrepIQ is the new software in that group of softwares of the IQ suite. So you can see what it does here. It prepares your working papers from your client's information. So your client has sent over their bookkeeping, whether it's complete or not. They've sent over an email, they've sent over a completion statement, loan statement, whatever they've sent over. And you basically just whop it all in there and then let it run. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a client called Liam Doherty. He's a sole trader. And he sent over a business loan statement, flat completion statement, flat mortgage. Let's just run through these now. There's the business loan, completion statement, mortgage interest, hire purchase for a van. And he sent over an email as well. He thinks he's done the bookkeeping, but he hasn't. We'll run through this in a second. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to slap it all in there. So let's drag and drop there in the client records. And his bookkeeping, let's just have a quick look at it. All right, so this is what he's done. Basically a trial balance, looks like, and he's got categories there. So, no, they're transactions. All right, okay. So, let's throw that in as well. I've already done it. That's everything. Okay, so if you're using this and you're a practice, you might have your own working papers template. You can just throw that in there and it'll use yours. Maybe they've got a previous year, throw that in there. If you've got the previous year working papers, it'll carry over the balances. But in this case, it's a first year sole trading client, so there's nothing. If there's anything that you would like to focus on, enter it in there. But for now, we're just going to let it run and see what happens. So while this is running, you see the jobs there. It's going to start shortly. What it will do is it will give you a running commentary of all the accounting judgments that it's made, and you'll see the progress. It takes between 5 and 10 minutes. While we're looking at that, let's have a look at the email. All right, so hi, right, I've done all my bookkeeping this year. Spreadsheet attached. I've put a category on every line, so it should be easy for you. If you're an accountant, you know how these things go. Your client is a sole trader. They're focused on the business. A lot of them. Sometimes the bookkeeping is not actually as complete as they think it is, but let's read through some of the queries. So he's bought a transit on finance in May. He's put them through his van. He's had a conversion done under van repairs. Okay. He's bought some equipment and some hand tools. He uses his own car for nipping to site visits, and the merchants kept a note. So he's got business mileage for his personal vehicle, but you can see he also thinks he's claiming the direct expenses as well. So there'll be some, basically this set of data I have made to emulate a typical bad client where there's quite a lot of work to do to get the working papers up to scratch. You've got to correct a lot of the bookkeeping. He's got work clothes there, but they're actually not trainers and jeans from JD, that he only works for work, but for dual purpose reasons HMRC would obviously disallow that. But the branded high-vis jackets will be fine. Got the logo on. Okay, so what we want Rick to do is to find this and correct it, find the actual work clothing expense that is allowable and disallow the rest. Lunches, he's taken all his mates out to lunch, 380 quid, I don't think so, mate. He's fitted his own kitchen out of business stock. It looks like there's accruals on the insurance. He's paid the whole year in one go in January. Accounts fee, so we're going to have to figure out what that is because he hasn't put it in. It's what we've billed him. Stock, he's got bad debt. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a lot there. So what I'll do is quickly show you how Rick's getting on. So he's opened the notes and records, so he sees what needs repairing. You can see Liam's bookkeeping plus a van finance agreement, business loan, flat documents to work through. He's already spotted something, checking income, one £2,400 Hartley invoice is marked unpaid, even though it sits in the receipts column. So he's separating the sale from cash. So this is going to take a few minutes. So what I'll do now is I'll pause the video and then I'll resume it once the task is complete and we'll review the work. Okay, I'm back. Rick should be done shortly, I imagine. I just wanted to walk through some of the commentary. So it's figured out it's separating the property for the flat purchase, it's not a trade cost. So it's keeping out of Liam's business profit and working the rent separately. It's found a family holiday and also found the materials for Liam's own kitchen. They're personal. So it's moving those out of the business expenses. It's scheduling the finance for the NatWest loan statement, proves £1,180 of interest, and it's got the closing loan balance there. The Close Brothers van agreement brings in £22,200 van and expected first year hire purchase payments of £4,668. So it's managing all these schedules, and what you'll find in the working papers is it splits out every reconciliation into its own sheet, and then it cell links everything back to the XTB. Now, in a moment, when it produces everything for us to review, we'll see a really nice working papers with an XTB, sheets for every single rec and everything cell linked, and every accounting judgment with a cell note or comment, and a note sheet for queries that we should send the client for, missing information, stuff like that. So this runs in the background. If you're an accountant and you're working at a firm and you've got a lot of tasks to do, you can run one of the tasks with this whilst you're answering your emails, managing your CRM, or even in parallel working on a completely different set of accounts. So this is free time given back to you. Now the criteria to judge this against would be, does it produce the correct working papers? Is everything correct? Is it all reconciled? Is it all cell linked? Is it easy to review? Is it clear? If it doesn't do that, then it's useless. So shortly we will see. It looks like it's just finally finishing off. After depreciation, entertaining and full AIA, Liam's adjusted trade profit comes. So it's finally, it's pretty much finished now. Recalculating the workbook, checking the balances rather than trusting the first pass. So it's doing a self-review, final checks. And just in a moment, we'll finally get a set of working papers, its notes on the task, an email that we can send to the client to finish off, to finalize the working papers. And then what we'll do is we'll open the working papers, we will review the task and see if it's done a good job, essentially. Okay, we're done. Pardon me. So it's got some notes here. You can read through these notes to see basically what it's disclosing to the accountant before they review. It has a client email that we can read. So this email of actionable points that we can send to the client. So it wants the bank statements to verify the bank balances. Last year's accounts or working papers, if you have them. Annual statement for the Close Brothers van finance agreement, etc. Okay, so let's just skip right to it. So first of all, we can download the working papers. Or once we've downloaded the working papers, if there's anything else we need to do, we can ask it to continue. Okay, we're just going to download the working papers and review. Okie doke, so here are the working papers it's created. This is the XTB. Very nice. Let me just expand this to the screen size so everything's very clear. Alright, so there are no opening balances to carry over, but there are recorded balances based on the bookkeeping. So everything's cell linked. You can see the formula there. It's from bookkeeping. So this is essentially their bookkeeping copied wholesale. Okay, so let's see. We've got motor vehicles at cost, equipment at cost, the trade debtors. Everything that requires an explanation has a cell note. That's good. Sales. So the invoices are treated as sales there. So here's the workwear. So let's see what the workwear was. Yeah, so you can see the JD sports trainers and jeans. If we look at these, the sum is 400. However, you can see it's clearly disallowed. The trainers, so the branded workwear is allowed. That's great. So that's something that we wanted to see. Telephone and internet. You can see on the right hand side, it's got if it recs, it will link to or it will tell you where the rec sheet is. So let's have a look at some of those rec sheets. So we've got a fixed asset schedule done there, and the charge for the year. So it's using a 25% straight line depreciation model. Yeah, we've got the capital allowances sheet. Notes, these are notes in which we action to the client, so it's for your review. So for example, the prior year working papers noted but no file supplied. So the opening balance is treated as nil, action for client, send prior accounts. Bank statements not supplied, action for client, send bank statements. So these are things that you action in your email, and we just saw then it also made the email for you to make it really easy. We got the tax comp, so you know, fairly straightforward, trade profit pair accounts. Depreciation, less add back the client entertaining and less the capital allowances. Yeah, okay, so there's the bookkeeping. This is the HP agreement made into a T account. Cool. The loan made into a T account. The completion statement made into a T account, and the flat mortgage made into a T account with a breakdown there. So that's great. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So let's have a look at a couple of things. Let's go back onto the notes. So there's private items in the record. So wages to self. They're obviously they're self-employed. So paying wages to yourself from the business bank account, they're just drawings. They've bought their own kitchen materials. They've got a family holiday, groceries, Sky and jeans treated as drawings. Okay, that's great. The Hartley invoice marked unpaid but gone bust. That was the bad debt that we saw. So sales included and specific bad debt written off. Let's see where that is. There it is. Written off the bad debt. And there's bad debts down there. Okay, great. So that's the contra. Awesome. Let's go back to notes. No annual HP statement supplied. If you remember what the HP statement looked like, we just got this. So there isn't a statement of actual payments and breakdowns and stuff like that. So it's correctly not confabulating the information. This is genuinely missing financial information records that we need from the client. So what it has done is it's used 12 payments from the agreement and a straight line interest, which is fantastic. Flat mortgage, only one. Hang on. Wait there. Wait, the flat. I bought a rental flat in May too. The £800 a month rent goes into the same account. £800 a month. Bookkeeping. Oh, there's only. Oh, okay. So what I've done here, I've made this data. I've made it to incorporate gotchas, traps to see whether Rick would figure them out. But what it's done is it's figured out my own gotcha is wrong. That's incredible. So not only is it correcting all the client's errors, it's corrected mine. Wow. I didn't plan for that. That's fascinating. And it's left that as a note for us there. I didn't expect that at all. Well, I mean, if that doesn't tell you how capable this thing is, I don't know what would. That's really cool. Let's carry on. Anyway, flat completion. So it's got the completion statement total is 143630. Book cash book. Okay, that was one of the gotchas that I put in there. So the property purchase kept outside trade profit and treated as capital for property. Action for client, confirm amount paid, and funding split. So I mean, this took 7 minutes, and you see how powerful the Rick AI is. This is clearly, I would say, a junior would take a while with this. It's not necessarily simple. There's completion statements, there's loan statements, there's mortgage interest, there's a HP. Not necessarily simple for a junior. I'd say a junior would take at least an hour or two with this. A senior might take an hour just for data entry alone, and then all the accounting judgments as well. This did it in 7 minutes, and I cannot see a single error. Everything's rec to the sheets, the rec sheets. Everything's perfect. So that's PrepIQ. PrepIQ is not currently live. However, it is in beta. So if you would like to join the beta and see whether this works with your own client information, get in touch with me. There's going to be information how to do that in the link in the comments of this LinkedIn post. GDPR, obviously that's really important. It's currently GDPR compliant. It's GDPR compliant in the same way all the other softwares in the IQ suite are. The records are encrypted on the front end before you send them out to a secure server environment. They're decrypted only for processing. Once the processor cares, the finished working papers are encrypted on the server, sent back to the front end, decrypted for you to download, and once you sign off on the job, they're securely deleted forever. So I'm going to sign off and finish, and then it will remove all the files there. So that's PrepIQ. Any queries at all, just get in touch with me. My DMs are open, and I really hope you liked this demonstration. It went better than I thought it would because of it catching my error as well as the client's. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, anyway, I've been Jack, founder of the IQ Suite and now PrepIQ. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you.